Hello, my nymphs. Welcome back to grrrl. My name is Michelle, and today I'm going to be telling you the tale of the punk emo Tumblr girls gone wrong on TikTok, I guess. If you don't know what an industry plant is, basically the way I see it is there's these three performers, these three girls, and they all want to be famous performers in their own way, and their label is like, okay, I'm gonna put you three girls together and we're gonna pretend like you just met each other at a bar one night and decided to start writing songs under another label called Make Tampons Free. This did not go over well within the community of Tumblr people, alternative people, whatever you want to call goth, because they weren't able to tell basic songs. There was one TikTok they did where it's like, guess which songs do I know? And they all knew I Write Sins Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco, which good. And then they played I'm Not Okay by My Chemical Romance, and only one knew that. And then they played a song by Evanescence, Why Can't I Speak? And no one knew that one. So that one they did end up deleting because it kind of gave away the fact that these girls weren't emo, and people were super quick to catch on to this. They were like, what the heck? So they could just tell that something was off about them. They weren't really sure what. And like, these girls all have their hair dyed three separate colors, kind of like the Powerpuff Girls, different colors, but it's just like very catering to a certain Gen Z of this hatred. Like, I don't understand. So let me know what you guys think about these girls. It actually turns out that they talk about how they're so sick of sleeping with white guys, yes. In their first song that went viral and then kind of bullied them off the internet because they weren't able to tell basic Tumblr terms such as I like your shoelaces, and the Tumblr person who uses Tumblr is supposed to say thanks, I stole them from the president, but they instead said thanks. Hashtag girlboss, hashtag alt punk rock. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on if you're feeling risky. Thank you so much to each and every one of my members. You are the reason that I am able to have this time on YouTube to talk to you guys, and I'm so grateful. And please consider becoming a member. I would be very grateful. You get perks in every single video. You get a shout out, early access, and much more. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, namaste and enjoy the video. If you don't know who the Tramp Stamps are, that's okay, because I totally missed out on this too. I actually didn't get into TikTok until a few months ago. Follow me on there, I post every day. But they're an American pop punk band who resides in Tennessee. The members are Marissa Manio, Carolyn Baker, and Paige Blue, and they just adopt this very Halloween-y alt punk. It's like as if someone were to go as a punk person for Halloween. From a punk person's perspective, I don't know how punk I am. However, when I look at them, I can see how they're more like catering to the kids or the Gen Z. Hello, I'm also Gen Z. I'm only 20. I'm 22 actually. My birthday is October 1st. You didn't need to know that. It's like, I understand that every person has their own style. There is no specific punk look, especially these days. However, they very much give into this dolls kill grrrl, I'm not like other girls vibe. They released their first single in January of 2021. Their one-hit wonder, which wasn't really, because it was more of the thing that kicked them off the internet with hate, but it was basically a song about how they want to have intercourse with a guy, and a lot of their songs, one of their songs, I think the most famous one even, talks about how she's very frustrated that he's too drunk to finish having sex with her. Not kidding, you guys. Their song, I'd rather die than sleep with the white guy, like, I don't understand that. And the thing that really, like, nails the hammer into the coffin, or what, is when they said, you realize that this girl is married to a white guy, actually. She's just putting on this punk girl persona for her record label. But then it's like separate from the record label. Like throughout this whole situation, we don't know how much is the tramp stamps themselves talking or their record label. Like, was it their record label trying to understand Tumblr, or was it them? I think it was their record label to an extent, but also them, because I think that the girls individually got angry. They were under a lot of controversies. So, first of all, the main lead singer is a Trump supporter and used to use the N-word on Twitter a lot, just casually. She's one of those. So, to get into more detail about an industry plant, basically they wanted these girls to come off as though they were three girls who met at a bar and bonded over songwriting and started writing really bad music, and that is like something that goes across the board. Like, it's just not good. A lot of auto-tune and a lot of unneeded hatred. Like, I get it. Like, we hate white men, I get it. But in reality, they didn't meet at a bar. They have multi-million-dollar labels backing them up. This actually happens with a lot of creators that we don't even know that it happened, because the industries normally, not with the tramp stamps, their industry kind of missed the ball, but a lot of the time they know exactly what buttons to push or strings to move around to make the public like them. This is basically an insinuation that they didn't earn their fame. It could be, like, it's kind of a hard line, but what does make me angry about it is that, like, not angry at all, like, I don't care, but like, it's these girls pretending to be something that they're not online and getting really angry at other people for not believing them. A good example of an industry plant is One Direction. It's easy to see because it's like, what kind of, however old they were, 20-year-old man would want to be catering to, this exact merchandise, all this stuff. They were putting on the One Direction persona. And now they've grown up and they're able to do more what they want, or so we think. I think they are, I don't know. But it kind of seems disingenuous, if one might use, like, why would One Direction love all of their 13-year-old fans? Like, it doesn't make sense. Well, I guess it does, because, like, fans, I get it. No one in One Direction actually played an instrument, which my sister called out when I was a big fan of them. I thought that was really hilarious. I was like, oh, I got so offended, and also that all of their songs are written for them, or majority of them. The industry plant basically studies what people like, what they know people will like. They write, what was their first song? Freaking You Don't Know You're Beautiful, and produce success, which unfortunately kind of pushes down people who are trying to reach success who haven't quite gotten a record label. And it's like, I don't know, where's the line? You know what I'm saying? Their lyrics are so odd, and the fact that they might not even be into, like, stuff like that, the way that they claim, it's so weird. Some of their lyrics are, I think I came out of the womb fucking hating the world. I got a bad attitude. I'm just that kind of girl. I'm just assuming that's how it goes. I've never heard this song. I like to snort Adderall and then punch a hole in the wall. And if I hear you talk shit, I'll kick you right in the dick. I kind of want to lose control. Fuck up shit with my hose. Yeah, tonight I feel like I might puke and rally. Doing body shots. Getting stupid in the alley. Got weed in the, in the baggie. Friends and I keeping it classy. The way that we shake our assy. I'd rather die than hook up with a straight guy. I'd rather die than fake it like I'm having a good time. I'd rather die than spend the night with another Ryan or Matthew or John. Yeah, I'd rather die, roll over and die. They talked in their sung, I guess, in their songs about how they were Tumblr girls. How did they find out that these girls were an industry plant? Well, basically, these girls had fully fledged merch at the beginning of their existence, high quality music videos, high quality pictures, high quality everything. Everything had been put together already, almost like these girls had never existed before now. They also bought a lot of views, sponsorships on TikTok so that your video can be pushed more. They also popped out of nowhere with a really good website, which is like, how do you even go about doing that? It's not like at the bottom it said made by like that, that website maker that they always advertise. People were easily able to notice that they immediately started dressing punk right as the band was put together, which it does make a point. Like, these girls have the exact same fashion. Usually, like, punk people will have slightly different fashions, but these girls are like kind of almost as if they're an industry plant, which is very bizarre because I cannot imagine trying to enter the alt community without ever knowing anything about it. It sounds really terrifying, and they did fail at that, unfortunately. The alt community was immediately like, what the fuck? It turns out that all of these girls had a history of just in the entertainment business industry, but it was actually a lot. Some people do think that this is completely false information and these girls would just know their way around the music industry. They found each other and they were like, you guys, I know exactly what would work, but I find that to be just highly unlikely. Let's get into the reasons why I just feel like this music was, oh my god, definitely written by white men in an office. Like, just keep that in mind while listening to these lyrics. And as a person in a feminine body, I can tell you almost 100% that women do not view sex that way. They just don't view it the exact same way that men do. And the way that sex is being portrayed is very man-like. I don't know how you think we're gonna fuck when you can't get up. I'm sick of hearing it's the alcohol. When you're finally in the mood, it lasts like 1 or 2 seconds, and then you're done and want a spoon. And if you didn't know, I'm very sorry that I have to be the one to tell you, you cannot consent when you are under the influence of drugs or alcohol. What is this admitting to? Oh my god. I'm just saying, it's not fair to leave me hanging like this, which is actually something that my abuser said. Just because they're girls doesn't change it at all. Imagine if a guy wrote this song like #girlboss, #girlpower. Like, let's have respect for girls then first too. They were getting so much hate that they decided to address it. And so they started it off by saying, hey fuckers, to all of the racist comments that they have made in the past and other very bad things, like insinuating in a song, and then like in your other song saying like that the other guy did that to you. It's like, and that's when they pulled a dissociated and they pretended to apologize, but they actually kind of just got angry. As soon as we started sending these songs around, just about every label, A&R was wanting us to sign with them. But we decided to do something different. We chose not to sign with a major label so we could have full creative control. We made our own label called Make Tampons Free, which is distributed through AWOL, which literally stands for Artists Without a Label. We own Make Tampons Free and no one else, so fuck off on all of that. That's not true though. That's actually a lie. Fuck you if you are so fucking, I'm sorry. It's just like, you know, you're so alt that you swear so much. Oh my god, you're so alt. Like, oh my god. Being alt is not an excuse to be rude. Fuck you if you are so fucking sexist that you cannot believe this band was created and built by the ground up by 3 women. Quote unquote industry plant? The fucking irony is astounding. Caro and Marissa are both signed to RX Songs. RX Songs is a publishing company, not a label. Publishing companies sign writers and producers, give them an advance so they can live, and help them set up sessions, get songs placed with other artists, TV shows, etc. Paige was signed as a writer and producer to Downtown Music and Publishing and Pray for My Haters Publishing, which is not her own artistic development company. LOL, that was funny though. Now, let's talk about the tweets. Marissa tweeted out language when she was 15 and she is deeply ashamed of. This language is not true to the person she is today. Okay, that's disconnecting yourself from that person, but you are that person. That person did say that. So it doesn't matter if you're different from that person you are today. Nor does she or the band condone that language. In 8 years, people grow up and change. Shall we move on to ageism? Our oldest member is 29 years old. Some of you think she has a kid too. You've all pointed out the obvious fact that she's married. She doesn't have a baby, but the idea that a female being 29 and having a family could negate her ability to be a relevant creator is obviously absolutely embarrassing. And I feel like they're putting words in the reader's mouth and it's like, what? Like, what are you even talking about? Instead of addressing all the racism and past actions regarding sexual assault, they decided to get angry and blame it on misogyny and ageism. People basically said that this was their way of trying to pretend that didn't happen. Like that, okay, we apologized and let's move on. If anyone was wondering, Caroline or Caro Bay went on to be a very successful music artist. She's verified and monetized, as well as the lead singer with the pink hair, Marissa Marino. And Paige seems to be songwriting, producing, and they wrote about being Tumblr girls, but had no idea how to be Tumblr girls. They literally said that someone said that they recommend listening to the Onceler, which is obviously from the frickin' Horton Hears a Who, or whatever the fuck.
So, we Googled ourselves, and it seems like people have questions. What does the tramp stamp stand for? Women's rights. Are tramp stamps offensive? Yeah, obviously. Why are tramp stamps so popular? Because you're watching this video right now. We're the biggest band in the world. We are the biggest band in the world. Are tramp stamps still a thing? Yes. We're starting. I don't know. Yes.
Wow, their first post on their Instagram is a fully animated piece of media with a link tree to literally every social media site, like off the bat with like 23,000 followers, but their posts only get like a couple thousand likes, and barely at that. Oh, what? Their YouTube video says they come from this record label. That's crazy. What? Oh, they have a fully designed website with full CSS and HTML5 setups and animations. Oh, and the lead is this girl, you know, the purple hair one. Looks real punk. Oh, but wait, no, she was a singer who a few months ago was trying to do this Lana Del Rey thing and it didn't work, and now this is where the label put her. Same with the other guitarists. That's crazy. It's almost like it's a bunch of people who were like theater majors and shit, who had rich parents, and now they're co-opting riot grrrl aesthetics that people literally dedicate their lives to for money.
Heard about these people last night and I'm fascinated, so let's do an Insta deep dive. Band's Insta is not too interesting, they're not verified. First post in November 2020, announcing each of the band members and their individual handles, so let's go there. Started with Caro, who was verified. I'm not yet convinced that these aren't the same person. Seems to have a deal with Spotify. Changed her Instagram handle in August. His management said so, same time the trademark happened. She also has a good amount of acoustic music out already. Announced the band November 2020. Bring us to Paige, who is not verified. Seems to be more of a producer and promotes a lot of stuff on here. Produced a song with Caro. Seems to be good friends. They went on a trip before the band was announced. Also November 2020. Bringing us to the front girl, Marissa, who also has a deal with Spotify. Something with Hollywood Life and some radio stations. Is a writer. Her music is very poppy. Announces the band November 2020, but makes it seem like they were already a band. I think Spotify's the link between all of them.
In August of 2020, they registered for a trademark on their name so they could use it for things like merch. Keep in mind they didn't post their first TikTok till November of 2020, a few months later. And so this is the address and the person who was responsible for applying for that trademark back in August. That address belongs to an entertainment business management company. It's suspicious that they had an entertainment management company applying for trademarks for them, like several months before they posted even their first TikTok.
So I know, like me, a lot of other people have been seeing this industry plant female punk band all over their For You page for the past, 3 days. This isn't about their race or the fact that they're industry plants or the fact that they buy all of their clothes from Dolls Kill, but the song from that video, which has been removed from TikTok because everyone is relentlessly shitting on how bad it is, has been released today. And I'll just say, if you thought the first verse was bad, just wait for the second one. So right off the bat, we have, I don't know how you think we're gonna when you can't get it up, I'm sick of hearing it's the alcohol. Something about the implication that she's sick of him because he can't or does not want to have sex with her doesn't sit right with me. And then we have, I'm just saying it's not fair to leave me hanging like this. I know that men not reciprocating is a common issue, but this combined with this is just gross. Assault is not punk.
Leah Chowdhury wrote a great article in Slate, reading, "They're co-opting a riot girl aesthetic, a punk music movement that failed to be intersectional and was exclusionary, centering white women's experiences and essentially ignoring people of color. Despite riot girl's feminist roots, the dissonance of its reality seems emblematic of Tramp Stamp's own issues. Tramp Stamps are a band made up of 3 white cis women who refuse to own any of the privilege they obviously have. Many fans were under the impression that the entire band was queer, leading the band to deny this, and Mino to confirm both on TikTok and on Instagram that she alone is queer. Championing this aesthetic without recognizing its limitations is another failure on Tramp Stamp's part to do justice to its message of inclusivity." I mean, at this point, it's almost like they're using this hatred of straight white men as a gimmick.
So somebody asked the Tramp Stamps, "Why did you steal this other band's name?" That's kind of... And they said, "Oh, sorry, we don't pay attention to white cis boys, haven't you heard?" And they said, "Miss Girl, all of you are cis and white." It's literally Italian.
Okay, if you somehow haven't heard about this yet, there's this band. And there are some suspicious things that point to them being an industry plant, like these separate artists that don't actually make punk music put together. And I agree with all these accusations and critiques about their music. But I'd like to also point out that they are emulating this riot girl punk aesthetic, which honestly bothers me because these music execs were so out of touch. Not only did they believe that they could market this facade well to Gen Z, they just totally ignored the problems that came with Riot Grrrl. Like, Riot Grrrl was exclusive. It was very white women feminism centered. And it's just so sad that they took these 3 white women and they were like, "Hey, that'll work." Like, okay, we're still not ready to address the problems with Riot Grrrl. Anyways, if you're looking for a diverse pop punk, Black and Latino band, meet me at the altar.
Hey guys, we've been seeing a lot of these comments, and so we wanted to get on here and clear the air. We see you, we hear you. We don't want you to feel like we don't. One, we are not fetishizing people of color. That's not what we intended. That's not what the song is about or supposed to be about. 2, we realize that we are white girls, and we're not trying to remove ourselves from our whiteness. We realize that there's privilege that comes with that, and we don't take that lightly. We wrote the song because we realized we had a similar poor experience with a straight white guy with the same name, and that's what the song is about. It's basically just a dramatic way to tell men to be better in bed.
Who had the initial thought of forming a band? Honestly,
Kind of you.
yeah. Well, it was like I needed someone else to tell me that it was okay to have the idea. So I guess like technically I would say it was my manager, but I brought it to her hoping that my manager at the time, hoping that she would say that you should form a band, as opposed to like you guys should just sell the song, like whatever. But I didn't come up with a name. Oh, Carol. Okay. I like nice people, and apparently girls that look like me, according to Carol.
I like really nice people. Yeah, we decided to become a band, like, I think it was like the day after my birthday.
Yeah, it was.
February. Yeah.
Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on if you're feeling risky, and become a member. It starts at 99 cents. You get early access to my videos, a shout out in every single video, you get to choose my videos, etc. You are the reason that I get to make videos for you every single week, 3 times. Lit. Thank you. You're amazing. And make sure to comment below what you think about the situation. What is your theory? Do you think that they are actually just 3 girls and this is a whole misogynistic mess? And, you know, but they all have moved on to successful careers, so that's nice. Thank you so much for watching this video as always, and goodbye, namaste, peace, etc.